Are we all maxed out yet? Are we all maxed out yet? Nah. Vince McMahon, fam! No chance in hell, fam! Good morning, 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 and welcome to another edition of the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. Thank you for joining us on this. Let's face it, it's a Monday morning. How much do we hate that shit? But you know what? It's not always made much better, isn't it? It's always made much better because not only have we had a good weekend, we've extended our lead at the top, we've had an incredible result, and we've witnessed the emergence of a potential generational wonder star. I mean, I can't remember the last time we saw something as exciting as that of one of the Arsenal youth coming through. I've been thinking about this over the weekend. When was the last time we looked at someone coming through the youth and thought to ourselves, my God, we might have an absolute legend, future legend on the cards? Because I can only think of Fabregas. Some people sort of said one area, etc., etc. And I definitely think there's room for that discussion. And I definitely think that is one area is one hell of a talent, as is Lewis Skelly. But someone that's just seems to be ready right now. I just can't think of it. I can't think of it. Anyway, good morning. We'll come to that. We'll come to all that stuff. Look, you can tell Max Dowman on the mind for all of us, right? Good morning. I'm Edwin Ash, and I'd like to welcome you to the show this morning. And as ever, when I start a show, I've always got to do this thing because I haven't quite worked it out yet. I haven't quite worked out how to get the Twitter stream running at the same time as the YouTube thing. If anyone has any ideas, let me know. Because it doesn't work. It doesn't work from the off. So I have to spend the first part of this preamble like padding whilst you guys sit there and basically go, "You're padding, Eddie. Can you get the F on with it?" So I'm 10 seconds away. It looks like the chat is going. The chat looks like the live thing is going. I'm going to post it anyway. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, that's done. Okay, sorry about that. I will figure that out. I will figure that out. Today is our 2-week anniversary. It is 2 weeks, a whole 2 weeks to the day that we first went live on air. And I wanted to say to you all, thank you very much. Generally, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. It's been brilliant so far. It's really, really been brilliant. We've really enjoyed it. We enjoy you getting involved. We enjoy you watching. We enjoy all the comments. We enjoy all the likes and subscriptions. Hint, hint. If you feel like you kind of like this stuff, then do us a favor and like and subscribe. It helps us reach other Gooners. It helps grow the show. Obviously, that's what we want to do. We want to get every Gooner involved to have your say. If you're anything like me, when you're listening to other podcasts or you're listening to the discourse around other pundits or you're watching the games and you feel like you need an outlet, somewhere to speak about what's on your mind about the Arsenal, well, that's why we're here. That's exactly why we're here. I desired that so much. I wanted to have my say about Arsenal so much. I created a show for it. That's how desperate I was to have my say about Arsenal. But I want your say, and you can get in contact with us on all the socials. We are at Big Arse Breakfast on TikTok. We are at Big Arse Breakfast on Instagram, and we are at Big Arse Brecky on X, and we're also on Blue Sky. You can find us there. I can never be bothered to read it out. It's so ridiculously long. You can also email us, show@bigarsenalbreakfast.com. That's show@bigarsenalbreakfast.com. Right, let's have a little look what's been going on in the Gooniverse. We'll start with yesterday's results. Palace 0, Leeds 0. Leeds, we're going to need you to not fuck this up. Okay, we're going to need you to not fuck this up, okay? It's getting tight there in the table, all right? It's getting tight. Man United 3, Aston Villa 1. Good evening. Nottingham Forest 0, Fulham 0, and Liverpool 1. Tottenham Hotspur 1. I don't know if you watched that game. That was an absolutely unholy shit show of a game, wasn't it? That was all over the place. Liverpool looked terrible. They looked so bad. they were all over the shop structurally. And as everyone said, all Liverpool fans, from what I can see, they felt that goal coming. They felt that equaliser coming. We all saw that equaliser coming. And I think because of that, you would have to say Tottenham need to keep Igor Tudor in the job. They absolutely have to keep him in the job till the end of the season, to the bitter end. Because why would you kill that momentum? I said this last night in one of my videos. Why would you kill that momentum? Keep him in. Keep him there. He's obviously got the players finally on side. Anyway, on today's show, Max Dowman and expectations. We'll have a look ahead to the Leverkusen game. We'll also do the Big Arsenal show, Big Arsenal breakfast show, predicted 11. Well, it's not a predicted 11. It's more like what we would like to see here at Babs HQ. We've been having a chat about it, what we would like to see in the game against Leverkusen. We'll have a look at the predicted 11 tomorrow. Arteta's predicted 11. And as ever, your big arse opinions. And we want them here. If you're here watching, get in the chat. Have your say, get involved. Right, let's move on. Starting with yesterday, Miguel Delaney did a really good piece with The Independent, and it's free. It's not behind a paywall. You can go and read it. It's pretty damn good. I'm going to read the tweet headline, the little catch line, and I'm going to read some bits from it, not all of it, because that's obviously a little bit like, robbing from Miguel. He's put all that effort in. We can't steal the whole thing. But Miguel Delaney has said in the tweet, Arsenal's season was about the angst of a 22-year wait. It's now about the excitement of a 16-year-old. And he lists, he's not allowed in the dressing room due to his age. His parents still ground him. Internalizes Arteta instructions quicker than anyone. And the team are marveling over the header. So, in the article, it talks about Arteta's gut feeling about how he decided to play him on a gut feeling, seeing him perform without fear, against world-class defenders in training. I mean, he is playing against world-class defenders, and I can imagine what he's like playing against them. He shows that, doesn't he? He doesn't look like he gets agitated or put off easily. The guy has got some real bravery about him. I'm not going to use the B word because it's too young for that. His composure is not normal, Miguel reports, stating that the player of his age is basically he just doesn't get fazed by the title pressure. Basically, it's just not normal, is the phrase that is said. That's Arteta basically talking about him. Managing expectations despite the hype, Arteta laughed off suggestions of Dowman starting the next game or joining the World Cup squad. We will come to that. We will certainly come to that. Urging calmness regarding the youngster's development. And yeah, that's Arteta on him. He can't actually get changed with the other players at the moment under the Premier League safeguarding rules. He's underage. You've got to be 18. And you're generally not permitted to use the same changing facilities, showering facilities as adult professionals. So instead, I think he has to get changed around the I was about to say he has to get changed around the referees. He has to get changed somewhere near the referee's dressing room, basically. And after the game on Saturday, he couldn't really join in with the ecstatic celebrations with players like Victor Gyökeres. He had to go to the area near the referee's room to change. He couldn't get involved with it. I mean, that's quite tragic. Not tragic, that's quite sad, isn't it? You kind of want him to be hoisted above the shoulders by the team for rescuing their asses. We'll come to that on Saturday. And you want him to be involved, but he's young. He really, really is young. The article also talks about his strict upbringing, despite being compared to Lionel Messi. Why would you say it, guys? Why would you say it? From those within the club, his parents, his dad's an Arsenal fan, by the way, they're quite conscious of keeping him humble. So it's not just about grounding him if he misbehaves, which the article does also mention, that if he steps out of line, you ain't going out. There's no cheeky Nando's for you. There's no meeting your friends around, Westfield. That's more in East London than it is in North. But, no causing havoc. You're staying in, son. So keeping grounded on a humility level, but also keeping grounded if you misbehave. And this basically goes on to mention about his family offering emotional support. The article mentioned that Arteta had to speak with Dowman's father about adjusting to the boys' school schedule at Brentwood because, in his words, there's a title to win. I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyway, that's me really badly summarizing a great article from Miguel Delaney. It's free. It's over at the Independent. Go and get it. It's really, really good. Go and get it. Go read it. Now, a little bit more discourse around Dowman over Sunday. I noticed. Not sure if you guys ever watched the Sunday supplement on Sky Sports. You never really know what you're going to get from those guys, and I have to say it's hit and miss. But they were talking about him being something of a wild card now going forward, being something to, a useful weapon off the bench. And I just got thinking about that really is, you noticed on Saturday, when he came off the bench, the fans were hyped. There was obviously a lot of pressure. Fans were tense. It was a difficult game. Yeah, I think we all agree it was a difficult game and we needed that something extra. And the first 11 really, they were doing, I thought we had a better attacking performance. I spoke about this on yesterday's show. But we had no cut and thrust. We didn't quite have the impotence. It was all still very static. We had some good possession. Liverpool were playing really, really well. Everton, sorry, were playing really, really well. And we just couldn't quite get through, could we? And when Dowman came off the bench, you could hear it. I mean, obviously I was only watching it at home, but you could hear in the crowd the sense of anticipation. It's like, we've got that wild card on the pitch. Let's go for it. He's got the bravery to give it a go. And it lifted the crowd. And I just couldn't help but ask myself, does it lift the players? I mean, are the players aware that they're not playing well? Can the players see something in a 16-year-old, not quite a debutant, but a 16-year-old coming on, making things happen? Does that affect the players? Does that get into the players? Are they being effectively shown a lesson? I mean, he does come on like, give me the ball, guys. What are you doing here? I'm going to do it. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to bloody do it. And we love that. We love that about him. And more of that, please. Hopefully it sort of feeds into the players going, look, if this 16-year-old boy can do it, we must do better. We've got to be braver. We've got to be smarter on the ball. And by God, isn't he smart on the ball? He's really smart on the ball. Yeah, there was a little bit of England chatter as well, which is inevitable this time of year. Henry Winter, I spoke about Henry Winter, who we'll come to later, by the way. He's going to feature a little bit in today's show. Henry Winter was talking about it on Talk Bollocks. How quickly does this stuff escalate, by the way? I mean, now, it's one game under the spotlight. I know he played for Mansfield and played really well, but it's one game under the spotlight where he had an incredible contribution. And now we're talking about England. Of course we are. Now, I am obviously an England fan. I want England to do well. But I don't think I want Dowman involved in that yet, personally. I think we have enough players to do well. The chatter around it makes me a little bit uneasy. We've kind of been there before a few years ago, many years ago. Obviously, England took Walcott to the World Cup. Was it Sven who took him? And he shouldn't have really gone. It was a different situation. They were, different players, different mindset. I'm not sure Walcott showed quite the same qualities as Dowman did at the time. And it was also very different squads. The World Cup team that Walcott was involved in had that so-called golden generation of leaky weirdos from Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea. And I would say I think Dowman now would be quite well protected. There are better safeguards in place to have Dowman a bit more well protected and protected by the media. I think if he were to go to the World Cup, I think this is a long way off. I don't think we should be thinking about Dowman for the World Cup, but the chatter is there, so brace yourself for it. And really, the show wanted to have a little focus about how we protect him. And I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. What do we do now? What do we do now? I can see G-Dog is back in the chat. Good morning, G-Dog. Good morning, brother. Thank you for joining us. G-Dog, we're talking about you. I've been listening. This is what he says. Morning, been listening, been driving to work. What a beautiful weekend. I'm not going to do anything but smile today. That's amazing, G-Dog. Yes. 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 Do you know, I keep this sort of, when I first started the show, I was thinking, I'm going to keep this persona that, The show is the only thing I do. That's all I do. And it's true. It's the only thing I do. Apart from the 8 hours of work I have to do every day at my company. And I will say to you, sir, your text there has generally put a smile on my face. I'm going to do nothing but smile today. Same. It's Monday. We've all got to travel into work. Some of us enjoy our jobs, some of us don't. I'm not saying that I don't. And that's going to keep me going. Yes, G-Dog. Thank you for getting involved. What do you think about Dowman? How do we protect him? The point I was trying to make was, look, there's going to be some hype. There's already some hype. We're hyped. You know, we're a part of that. We're going to want to see him. As soon as anything goes wrong in any game, if we have that same stunted attack against Leverkusen or in the League Cup final coming up at the weekend, or against Bournemouth at home in 2, 3, 4 weeks, whenever it is when we play again, or the FA Cup, we're all going to be looking across at the bench going, get him on, get him on, get him on, get him on. And then what? What happens if he comes on and he doesn't perform so well? What if he comes on and not has a stinker, but it isn't quite there? The hype. I don't know. It's the sort of thing that keeps me up at night. How do you protect such a prestigious talent? Because he's only 16 years old. He's only 16 years old. And we've seen this with Jack Wilshere in the past. You can't just throw in your most talented academy player and play them to death. Now, I don't think Arteta has that mindset, and I think he's quite sensible with it. But there's a lot to do. And I wonder what we as fans do with that. How do we set our expectations? G-Dog has gotten in touch. He said, no England. Don't start him in big games. Just keep feeding him in and giving him 20, 30 minutes. I agree. That's exactly what I was going to say, G-Dog. I wholeheartedly agree. I think that's the way, isn't it? Don't start him. Don't start him. Give him good minutes here and there. But does that include, G-Dog, would you say, does it include 20 minutes of like dead minutes? Let's say we're 4-0 up in a game with 20 minutes to go. If we ever see that again. Let's pretend for a moment we see those glory days again. Do we throw him in then? Or do we keep him rested, keep him keen? Do we only throw him in when we're desperate? Do we throw him in when we're winning 2-1? I'd really like to know the scenarios of when we bring Max Dowman in. I've got a feeling he's still going to play a big part. I still got a feeling he's still going to contribute. And I think it's going to be part of this potentially, touch wood, me banging on the table, touch wood, magical season. Let us know your thoughts. What do we do to protect Max Dowman? Right, let's have a little look ahead to Leverkusen. We'll do a bit more on Leverkusen, the Leverkusen match tomorrow. Obviously, the presser, I think, is today with Arteta. So we'll have that in tomorrow's show. But yeah, before we move on to the Leverkusen preview, I just want to have a look at what G-Dog said. He said, yeah, because rotation is important. He can play in pressure. Not worried about that. Yeah, you're damn right, G-Dog. He can play under pressure. What am I worried about? I'm more worried than he is. I'm more worried than anyone. It keeps me awake at night. Leverkusen. Okay. Thanks for your comments, G-Dog. Appreciate it. Leverkusen drew with Bayern at the weekend. Now, this is a game. You need to look a little bit deeper than the result. I've put it here on the screen if you're listening on the podcast. Leverkusen drew 1-1 with Bayern at the weekend. Leverkusen were playing at home. Bayern had 2 men sent off. Now, Leverkusen took the lead in the 6th minute. They showed a bit of impetus. They were pretty good. And then Nicholas Jackson, the Chelsea loanee, got himself sent off for a straight red on the 42nd minute. So Leverkusen were playing against 10 men for a long time. But Bayern equalised through Luis Diaz in the 69th minute. They were cut open really easy by a 10-man team. Luis Diaz then went and got himself sent off on the 84th minute. So Leverkusen were playing against 9 men for the last 10 minutes, basically. And they created one clear-cut opening, and they couldn't really take it. And why am I telling you this? Well, because you think, oh, spirited performance against a Bayern team that they are 22 points behind. It wasn't quite that. What was noticeable, though, was Patrick Schick was back and he started. So I'd expect him to start on Tuesday night. He's their top goal scorer of 13 goals in all competitions and 4 in the Champions League. So we have to be very, very wary of that. That result for Leverkusen, if you're interested, that takes them from 8th to 6th in the Bundesliga. They are 5 points off the Champions League spot. They are not having a great season. They are very good at home. Touch wood, they don't travel so well. Touch wood. So hopefully it will be enough to get through. We'll have a look at that more tomorrow. Now, The Babs 11. It's the Babs 11, the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show 11. This is what we'd like to see. We've had a chat about this at Babs HQ. Raya in goal, Mosquera right back. Look, it has to be Mosquera right back. Timber is busted. We'll wait for some injury news. He had to go off. We can't just run that guy into the ground. I think Mosquera's played incredibly well at right back. I mean, God, what a signing he's been. It's obvious that White's fitness isn't particularly up to scratch. I mean, Arteta used to trust the hell out of him, didn't he? So now it must be a fitness issue. He's not getting on. As much as I would love to see White back, if Arteta can't see a route back for him in the team, then I think that speaks a lot. So Mosquera right back, Saliba, Gabriel in the middle. I'd still like to see Calafiori left back. He offers a lot going forward. He gets all over the place. It's brilliant. Zubamendi Rice, although personally I'd maybe like to see Norgard, but I'd be happy with Zubamendi Rice. Madueke earned his right wing start. I said this yesterday. It was weird that he started on Saturday on the left wing. I felt he earned his start on the right wing. I didn't think he was that effective on Saturday on the left. He deserved to be there. But in terms of left wing options, I don't think his left wing ability, bearing in mind he's predominantly right wing, I don't think his left wing ability trumps that of Trossard's, Martinelli's, or Eze's. I want to see Eze left wing. I still want to see it. I know a lot of other fans do. I want to see Eze left wing, and I want to see Havertz in the middle, and I want to see Gyökeres up top. That is what we would like to see at the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. Get in the chat. Let us know what you would like to see. Get in contact with us at Big Arse Breakfast on TikTok, at Big Arse Breakfast on Instagram, at Big Arse Brekkie on X, at bigarsebreakfast.bsky.social. Show at bigarsenalbreakfast.com. Get in contact. What would you like to see? What would your nicely beautiful, sexy first 11 be on Tuesday night? We want to know. Do you think Dowman will feature again? I think Dowman only features maybe if we're struggling. Does he get 20 minutes at the end if we're winning? I really don't know. I'm not sure if he'll feature in Champions League. Maybe he will because it's a home game. If we wrap it up early, maybe he won't. Is he as I said earlier, is he the break glass in case of emergency guy? We want your opinions. Let us know. Which leads us on to, speaking of your opinions, it's Big Arse Opinions time.
Apart from the two penalties he gave away, I thought the stuff
will never leave the It's gonna fly. Way too dry.
Ooh. That big old grunt gets grosser and grosser every time I hear it. I don't even know why I made it, but it does make me laugh. What can I say? Toilet humor. It's not the lowest form of humor, nor is sarcasm. All right. Okay, let's have a look what's been going on. This is a zinger. This is a zinger that I saw on Twitter yesterday. I thought it was quite funny from You Are My Arsenal. That's at You Are My Arsenal. Some random City guy, City fan had posted, World Cup summer, so no one will care when Arsenal win the league anyway. World Cup summer, nobody cares. And You Are My Arsenal posted, what's the reason no one cares when City wins the title? Zing. I thought that's quite funny. No one cares when City win the title. Do you guys ever do this? Right. My thing, I'm a petty man. I've said this before, right? I've said this before. I'm a petty man. There was a period, I think like most people, that were accepting of City always winning the league because it meant that anyone that actually had a rivalry with them, which includes Arsenal and Liverpool over the years, Arsenal and Man United over the years, Man United and Liverpool over the years, Chelsea and Man United over the years, Chelsea and Liverpool over the years, anyone that actually had a rival with each other, everyone was okay with City winning the league, right? Everyone was okay with it. And I think some of them still are now because no one cares about them. No one cares about them. And it's true. And I will say this, the football brain of me, the football purist of me, when it was Liverpool up against City, yeah, okay, there was rivalry. There was like, I don't want to see Liverpool win it. I don't want to see Liverpool. I don't want to see Liverpool. I can't handle it. We haven't won it in so many years. I don't want Liverpool. It's fine. City can win it. City can win it. They bought it. But the football purist in me, generally, when Klopp won that first one, because let's face it, he won the second one as well. When Klopp won that first one, I was like, do you know what? This is actually good for the Premier League. We need this. As much as it helps our balm and go, we can handle, okay, so City is just City. But when you look, when it was starting to pile up, when it was starting to look like the Bundesliga and Bayern Munich and Liga 1 and, PSG, then you start to go, oh, we do need some other teams to win this, really. And yeah, so even though I was sort of apathetic to City winning the league for so many years, the football brain, the football purist in me would say, No, let's have someone else win it, please. So that's my message to rival fans. Get behind the Arsenal. Come on. You know you want us to. You don't. You hate us. You hate us. It's fine. You hate us. That's fine. Screenshot number 2. Eddie, please, thank you. Semper Fi Arsenal at Semper Fi Arsenal. He said, all the Arsenal fans who said Emery is better than Arteta and would take Emery over Arteta have disappeared, I see. Haven't they just? I mean, I think it's fair to say that I don't know many Arsenal fans. We all knew that this was going to happen. I'm not here to shit on Villa. I like Villa as a club. I do. Never had a problem with Villa. Right? I like them as a club. The Emery thing, when there was chat at the beginning of the season, we're like, why can't Aston Villa win it? Why can't they win it? I'll tell you why. Unai Emery. That's why. Okay? Flatters to deceive. And anyone out there that's still thinking about Emery for Arsenal, you're crazy. You're crazy, guys. I'll tell you, you're crazy. Hey. Also, I see a lot of chat about Emery for Man United. Do it. Do it, United. Do it. Honestly. See where that gets you. I'll tell you where that gets you. That gets you 2/3 of a season of intense hope with bitter collapse. Believe us, we've been there. Slide 3, please, Eddie. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. I think it's Nepentha Z. He said, there has been an insane shift in commentary from pundits and pros about Arsenal this week. I'm not sure if it's just my echo chamber of social media, but all of a sudden it's pro-Arsenal the closer we get to the title. Fickle, aren't they? Yeah, incredible point. And I've seen the same. I don't think it is just the echo chambers. I don't think it's just the algorithms. I'm seeing a change of a little bit of change of pace with the media. I did a piece about this about 2 weeks ago about the pundits ruining the game. The pundits ruining the game because they're just shitting on everything about the Premier League. I'm starting to see a slight change. What are the reasons behind that? Probably, I dare say, Nepenthe, probably because editors are starting to go, look, everyone's doing the shit Premier League thing. Everyone's doing the dump on Arsenal thing. That's done now. We need to pivot. We need to pivot to something else. We need to flip flop. That's not going to sell, right? It's not going to do so well. We've done that bit. Let's flip flop again. And I tell you, those comments will flip back the other way if Arsenal have a loss. You know, if Arsenal grind out another ugly win. I mean, the win on Saturday, we ground it out with a bit more, not flair, but we ground it out with a bit more oomph about us than, say, the Brighton game where we were under the cosh. And it was a massive high. It was a huge high, and Dowman scored. So the media couldn't then turn around and go, Arsenal, well, they relied on the 16-year-old to do it. They couldn't. They really, really couldn't. Fans do it, but media can't. They have to celebrate that fact. They have to see the emergence of a wonder kid as a great story. So hold that thought, Nepenthe. I think they will be back. It will flip again. And the final slide, Julien Laurens. I thought this was really interesting because it's an opinion I've held, so obviously I'm bound to put this in there. Confirmation bias, after all. Julien Laurens had tweeted, Gigio Donnarumma is one of the best in the world on his line. His shot-stopping abilities are incredible, but his flaws have been the same for years, and it cost City 2 big goals this week. No space awareness versus Real Madrid, struggles in the air and on crosses versus West Ham. When City bought him, I was like, excellent, brilliant. There's a reason why PSG didn't keep him. He can't play with his feet. And for a guy that's the size of the Eiffel Tower, he's not great on crosses. He is an insane shot stopper. We know that from the Champions League semi-final. We've seen that. He basically won them that semi-final. But I'll tell you, man, I think that's a problem for City. And hopefully, long may it continue. Okay, instant karma take of the day.
Instant karma take of the day.
Okay, the instant karma take of the day comes from Henry Winter, and it's a really, really long one, and it's good. It's a tweet he put out, because Henry Winter is writing for, who's he writing for now? He's writing for himself. Is he a Substack guy now? I know he has a Sunday supplement style show on Talk Bollocks, but I don't think he's writing for a paper now, is he? I could be wrong about that. But he wrote this really long tweet. I'm not going to read the whole thing, because quite frankly, we've run out of time. And also, I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't subject you to that. But the instant karma take of the day comes from, and relating to that narrative streak that we just had with the Nepenthe, comes from Henry Winter. And he said, "You can question the quality of Arsenal's football, but you cannot question their character. Still some way to go to the finishing line, but Arsenal don't look like slowing up. When Manchester City applied pressure in the title race, Arsenal responded. They found a way to win. They fought hard. Gabriel and Rice particularly immense. Arsenal are battlers, not bottlers, as the critics derisively depicted them. They're resilient." It's a really, really long tweet. It's really good, level-headed, and it makes our instant karma take of the day. Good, good, good. And that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for today. Thank you for joining us, G-Dog, as ever. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a good day, mate. Hope to see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. as always. Tomorrow we'll get the presser, the updated injury news. We will do Arteta's predicted lineup. Get your team talks in for tomorrow's show. That's what we really, really want. I've had a few people emailing me their team talks. Basically, the team talk is, what would you say to the team if you were given a chance, if you stand in front of them? It can be silly, it could be serious, it could be abstract, it can be whatever you like. We'll read them out on the show. Some of them are really funny, right? Some of them are pretty creative. But we want to hear from you. What would your team talk be? As ever, please, if you don't mind, like and subscribe if you can be asked. It really helps the show, helps us get out there. We'd appreciate that. But thank you for joining us. Also, if you're on the move, like G-Dog is on his way into work, if you miss any of this, if you can't quite always make the show, we have the podcast available at all good podcast outlets, your standard ones, your Spotify's and your Apples. And yeah, join us. But certainly for today, I hope the Monday goes quick. But if you like G-Dog, it's going to do it with a smile. I'm going to do it with a smile too. We will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Get your ass in gear.